I'm gonna actually, yep, meeting is now live. Awesome. All right, you guys, let's try this again. I just tried to go live and Facebook is something weird, but I'm here with Margot. Abby, if you're with me, go ahead and share. But what we're gonna do, guys, is share. Let me just turn myself muted. Yeah, I'm super loud. Okay. Super excited to be here with Margot. Everyone give a shout out to Margot. I want to thank her so much for being here and for her willing to share her story with Create My Weight and what it was like for her even before. And Margot's going to really kind of shed some light on her experience. And okay, there's Abby, awesome, in CMW and what she went through. And before we get started, I want to give Margot all the praise in the world before we get started. And we're here to celebrate her. She has her wine that she is drinking to celebrate. And in CMW, we're all about food freedom, right? So she saw Regine's interview a few weeks ago and she was inspired by that. So here we are now. And I just want to, and Chloe's here. Hey, Chloe. So I want to kind of share a little bit about Margot. So Margot just had a baby, what, Margot, 5-6 months ago, right? She had a newborn.
6 months, yeah.
6 months, right. Reagan. And Margot actually reached out to me back in November when I was just starting my winter challenge, and she was thinking about joining the challenge, but she was like, I just had a baby. I like just got cleared to exercise. I don't know if I can actually, commit. And I was like, no worries, no worries. And then she actually just did the spring challenge. She just won. She got second place. But even back in December when she was looking to start CMW, I remember she was worried about not being able to do what she needed to do to lose the weight and if it was possible for her with all the different things in her life, having a baby and raising a family. She was going back to work and, she proved that she could do everything. And this is why her story is so inspiring. And I'm so, so thankful that she is sharing her story with you guys because I hope it inspires many of you. And as you're listening, please comment in the chat with any questions for Margot, or if you resonate with Margot, you are a busy mom, trying to start your health or weight loss journey and you're looking for inspiration, and Margot is here for you. Okay, so again, Margot, thank you for sharing. And what I want to do first is really share your story, Margot, and kind of like what were some of your struggles before joining CMW in terms of weight loss or nutrition. Like, give us a couple of those struggles.
Yeah, sure. Well, I always thought that I was a healthy eater, that I was, mindful when it came to exercise. And then I was pregnant, and I'm in my 40s, and I'm like, I don't know how I can lose this weight. And now I have a blended family, and we have all sorts of different eating styles and patterns and habits. And I'm like, how am I going to lose this weight, cook food for like a million different people, or so it feels like, and then cook and then be healthy for myself too. Like, I just didn't see it all coming together. And I was so overwhelmed by everything. I was probably crying sometimes. Like, I was so just like, I don't know what to do. And Kristen was like, it's okay. Do you have to tackle this now, or when do you have to tackle that? And she was helping me get out of my own mind and putting things in perspective. And so that was a big struggle of mine, is how I was going to make dinner time work for 5 different people, to include like my infant that I had to feed probably while I'm like cooking at the same time. So that was a struggle, and just, losing weight and finding that motivation, even though I literally got 3 hours of sleep the night before. Like, how was I going to get up and do this exercise, even though I felt it out, even though I didn't feel like doing it, things like that. Another struggle of mine was, really just, making sure that everything came together and that I was able to do it in a way that was healthy for me and made sense for my new lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember that, Margot, like our conversation about like how, like, and I also remember like you not wanting, like you were so tired to cook. It's like not just the thought of cooking for different people and different food preferences, but the actual act of cooking, right? Like that was overwhelming in itself. With so many things on your plate. And so you guys comment in the chat here if you struggle with that, like home, like dinner time is just like, oh my goodness, I have to cook for a million people. What about what I want to eat? And like what I want to eat is different than what everyone else wants to eat. And Margot, like one of the best parts about your journey, and like I felt like I got to see your family and I got to see them like eating some of the foods you were eating and really enjoying. So can you tell us a little bit about how this experience kind of not only like made your whole family happy, but like brought you guys together?
Yeah. So my family totally knows like, oh, mommy or Margot's working out with Kristen today. And then they're like, is it live? Are you working out live or is it a replay, mom? And I'm like, it's live. And they'll like duck under the camera. Or it's a replay. And they're like, being silly because they know they're not on camera. And it just came into, Kristen came into our home, like my baby, who is now 6 months and like a week or 2 weeks, like really has grown up with Kristen. And I told Kristen that, she would sit in the chair in the little bouncer and like, watch Kristen for a long time in baby world, in baby time. So it's been fun. It's been a journey, and they've really like come together, my family, and even, my husband, who is such like, all he eats is meat and potatoes. And like, he's tried different things. He might not like everything, but he's absolutely tried things. And I've told this to Kristen, he's lost 15 pounds, like without even trying, just because he eats what I eat now, more or less. And he's not even working out. He's just eating what I eat. So it's been really good for our family. It's been so stress reducing to be able to figure this out and put this all together, and to know that like I can eat what I want to eat, if that's what the family eats, if that's what I want to eat, if that's a combination of the two, if like I don't feel like eating because I'm not hungry, that's fine too. And having those preferences and those choices are all part of sort of Kristen's program, that food freedom. And that's what's so great. There's no magic with what anything that Kristen does or says or like puts out there with her program. She's simply the vessel that takes you to where you need to be so that you can perform and do what you need to do for your body and for your mind and yourself.
Yeah, no, Margot, you nailed it. Like, again, it's really about what works for you and like your family and what makes you happy, and that's what this is about. Like, everyone's different, so like how you and your family eat can be different from other people. And I love how you guys all got the chance to learn new things together, but you could still do all your own thing. And you can be successful, because I know it was really important for you for your family to be on board, but if not, like, how can you still thrive, right? And that's what we, teach in CMW. And so like, you really embrace that. And Chloe says, check out those guns, Margot. Look at those work. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, your arms look amazing. She's showing off those shoulders. We work shoulders a lot. I love it. And yeah, so before, CMW, I know, Margot, like, you were just getting back into fitness. And I know like fitness was never like a struggle for you. Like, you always like enjoyed fitness, but how has working out at home been helpful for you on this journey and working out with me?
Oh, now that's the part that's been magical. I have all my gear set. There are, I would say, a few things that you need to purchase. And once you have them, you're set to go. You're good to go. I just pull them out and put them in front of the camera. I connect my iPad to our big TV, and there's Kristen at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And there's, and we just do our thing. And then, and I'm nursing Reagan 100%. And I'm still able to usually take part. Sometimes Reagan, intervenes and she's like, no, I need to eat now. And I still watch just so I'm able to, it's just fun. Actually, it's fun being able to join in. And then I do the exercise later on that day when I can. And that's something that I worked on with Kristen, and also with Kisa, who's another mindset. She works with feelings coach. And so that was really something that I had to be okay with. Like, I might not be able to work out early in the morning like I like to. I might have to break it up into chunks, or I might have to not work out that day, and that's okay. You just do it the next day, or you do like a 15-minute thing or whatever works, but that's okay, you know.
Right, exactly. And Margot was really good about this, because this is something that I see a lot in people, that we want to be able to do everything, but sometimes life happens and we can't. And then we feel all sorts of ways, like guilty. We feel like we're not going to ever make our goals, or that we're not doing enough. And so we really talk down on ourselves. And I know Margot had some of that during our work together, and everyone has that. But look at her ability to overcome that, right? Like that perfectionism and breaking free of the negative self-talk, and doing what she could. I mean, there were workouts where like she'd have to breastfeed. And so she's sitting back there watching us work out, and she's like, I'll do it later, guys, I gotta go. And then she's like sharing with us what she did later. So not just like her ability to show up and her commitment to exercise, but like doing it whenever she could, like that commitment to herself. You know, something we always say in CMW is me first. And even though Margot works full time, like has a family, she still would find time for herself. And I was so motivated by that. And I don't have children yet, but I know like if I do one day, like seeing what Margot has done, like is just so inspiring. I really think she is an inspiration to busy moms everywhere, but it is possible to make time for you. And you know, the last thing, Margot, I know one thing you struggled with, and I'm sure this is something we're still working on. I think everyone works on this, is like with like snacking, you know, and like you know, late night snacking or boredom snacking or stress eating or anything like that. You know, where were you and how do you feel now?
Yeah, that's probably something that I'm still, as you mentioned, tackling. But now I understand the root of what's behind me snacking, and then I can make smart choices for myself, and I have options, so I can choose to snack, or I can choose not to snack. And if I choose to snack, what does that mean? How do I process that? How do I process those feelings? And if I choose not to snack, what does that mean? So everything has a consequence. There's always like a positive consequence and a negative consequence. And Kristen and Kisa really nailed that point home. And like, you are going to be, as Kristen says, crystal clear about that, right? You do say like, we're going to get crystal clear on this point. So like, you understand it now, whether you choose to like what to do with that knowledge or information is on us. That's on us. But so just to know that like I have options, like there's no snack fairy that's saying like I'm going to have you snack today and you're just going to snack and you're going to like overeat on you know, yogurt chocolate covered pretzels, because you know, no, like I decided to overeat on peanut M&Ms or whatever it is. And so, but you have that, you know, that opportunity to create your path moving forward by the choices that you have.
Right. And I love that, the snack fairy, you know, and like, and as Margot said, like, you know, she's like, we're also working on that. And it's always like, we're always a work in progress and getting better. But the truth is like, even though, you know, we learn all these tools, like Margot was still on this journey, like eating yogurt covered pretzels and chocolate and like, you know, birthday celebrations and holidays and like enjoying all these things. And she still lost over 20 pounds. I mean, that is what we mean, guys, by food freedom, that this is not about perfection. No one has to be perfect, but we do have to do what we need to do to be able to stay committed to ourselves and stay committed to our goals. And despite life circumstances, and that's what Margot means by working on like the mindset and the emotional piece there, because that's the game changer. And Margot's willingness to do that was, you know, really the biggest key to her success was the mindset. And so, yeah, because of that, she lost over 20 pounds and really, you know, got in the kitchen and really made her family, you know, a piece of this. So Margot, I mean, you lost over 20 pounds at this point. I know you're still looking to lose a little bit more in tone, and you guys like comment in the chat if you saw her pictures, like, oh my gosh, like she looks, oh my God, like totally different. I love it. How confident do you feel in your ability to maintain your weight loss? loss at this point, like based on the way you lost it?
Yeah, I mean, totally confident. I have the tools in my toolkit to use for the rest of my life and to continue to go back. So it's not just like one and done. We're constantly working on ourselves. And so I'm always going to be able to go back and tweak or work on, this piece of me, like, oh, that's sort of creeping back in. Let me go back and like watch this module again, or which I need to do, which anyways, but it's always we are always a work in progress. And so even though, I'm here and everything's great, I am still working on me always.
Right, exactly. And that's the most important thing, guys, in terms of lifelong results, right? And really making this a lifestyle is being willing to work on yourself and like really tune into yourself and what you need to be successful. And that's something that we worked on together. And as Margot mentions, Kisa's another coach within CMW that is an expert in emotional eating and mindset. And so this is all the work that we do. So Margot, last thing here, there are, I'm sure, people watching that are on the health and weight loss journey or are looking to start, and they might feel that life is too tough, or they've tried too many things and nothing's worked for them, or, they're too busy, or they have too many people like that need their support and they don't have time for themselves. What words of advice would you give to someone that is in this situation?
Well, how much is it worth to you? How much is yourself and your happiness worth to you? Do you want to continue doing the same thing, or do you want to make a change? And I think someone has to resolve that within their own selves and you really have to be ready, I will say, to show up and commit and to show up for those feelings and those emotions that are tough. And I think that's probably the first step, is to be ready to show up for yourself. So I would say you can do it if that's what you really want. Get out of your own way in here.
I love that. Get out of your own way. That was amazing, because oftentimes it's our fears, it's our lack of commitment, it's our inability to see the bigger picture that get in the way. And this is what Margot is saying, like getting out of your own way. I love that. And Margot, oh my God, do you remember like our first few conversations before you started CMW? I remember talking to you and Dennis, and then just to you, and like all these fears, like, what if it doesn't work for me? Like, I don't know if I can do it. And I was like, girl, like, I said, do you remember? I was like, you just have to decide. I was like, I told you what we're going to do. This is totally up to you. Like, when you're ready, you let me know. Like, that's it,
Yep, that's it. That's true.
That's it, right? And then one day you're like, okay, I'm ready. Like, let's do this.
I just called you, like cold called you. I'm like, I'm ready now. Yep. I said, I'm ready now.
Yep. I was walking my dog and Margot's calling me, Kristen, okay, like I'm ready to go. And we did it. And look at you now. Now you are here, 3.5 months later, inspiring others to do what you were afraid to do 3.5 months ago.
Totally. Can be done.
It can be done. Yes. Cheers to you. I don't have my wine tonight, but I should have. Cheers to you. Yay, Margot. Let me see some of the comments, you guys. Margot is super mom, Abby says. Oh, Melissa was here. Melissa, hey girl. Melissa Scarborough. I love it. Another
Melissa, hey Abby.
Yeah, Abby's here.
Chloe.
Yeah. Well, who else is here? Yeah. Oh man. What is your life and wellness work? Speak the truth, Chloe. Absolutely. Yeah. Chloe and Margot, the two of you guys, like, we just finished up our last challenge. They were going neck and neck at it. And it really is a community. And Margot, what were some of your favorite parts of like the CMW program?
That it was a sort of a total a puzzle that fit together in this nice sort of way that made sense. But and when you like unlayer or took apart the puzzle, you could go at sort of that piece that needed to maybe fit in a little bit better. One thing that I think really stood out for me was the sense of community. And what I mean by that is Kristen has a Facebook page that you're part of. And I swear, I think I checked that thing like so many, like when I got up for inspiration, when I went to bed, I would, it's just such a great thing. And some folks are real, write a lot and write about what they ate and write and, showed how many steps they got, or you can write, or, hey, I'm on a walk now, guys. I mean, it's such a great sense of positive community that Kristen has built, really. And then we as people who use the Facebook page just thrive. And it's really great. There's recipes and live cooking shows, and that you can choose how much you want to do and what you don't want to do. And it's just nice to kind particularly also during this virtual time, it was like my saving grace. Honestly, it was a godsend to have. I mean, you feel this connection with people that you wouldn't otherwise be connected with. And it was really nice.
Yeah. I agree with you, Margot. Like I'm such a person that loves community, and especially during the last year where we had just a virtual community, we were all kind of on lockdown, and the fact that we have kept this community, and you've been such a big part of it, right? And I remember too, Margot, I just want to keep celebrating you, how in the beginning of your journey, I know you were like looking for inspiration. I know you were like looking in the group for like inspiration, like watching other people's testimonies or looking for pictures. And I think that's very common in the beginning, right? Comment in the chat if you do that. Like if you're looking outside of yourself for inspiration, or you're looking to pictures or things. And the whole goal of our work together is to be the inspiration. Right. And like, this is how Margot shows up tonight. This is a perfect example. She comes on, beautiful tank top. She's got a glass of wine, because this is her confidence. Now she's the inspiration. So it has reversed. And that is the whole purpose. So, in the beginning, you were kind of like relying on the community, and now like you are the community. And that's how we transform, right? That's how we take information and turn it to transformation. And Margot has embraced this process, and what she was saying to you guys about her biggest piece of advice, and I want to echo this because this is crucial, some of the best advice ever given on any of my live interviews here, is to get out of your own way and be willing to commit and like go all in, because that is when you're going to thrive. Because Margot was so afraid, and she like took the first step. Now look at her arms. I'm like so excited.
Kristen, it's because I go to your workout classes.
Oh my God.
Like 6 days a week.
Yep. She does my workout 6 days a week. Yeah. But again, guys, it's 10% me, 90% Margot. Like I can't, like she put the work in, right? And like she said, like CMW is the vessel, right? Like the 4 pieces, and then she did the work. So Margot, again, I want to thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story. Oh, is Reagan coming on? Oh, there she is. Hey girl. Oh, and she got flowers. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is adorable. Oh.
There, Reagan, you can play. Don't eat them.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Dennis. Oh, wait, oh, hi. There's Jack.
And Jack too. And Jack too.
Yay, hey, Jack.
Hi.
Hey, guys. Oh, this is so exciting, you guys. This was like, all Margot ever wanted was her family to be part of the process. And so this really makes me happy to see, and her baby Reagan. And this is one of her whys for doing this and putting herself first so she could take care of everyone else and herself in the process. So again, you guys, Margot, thank you so much for joining us. And you guys, if you are ready to get out of your own way, if you are ready to really put yourself first and really learn what you need to be successful and get the results you're looking for, have your success story. Create My Wave is about creating your success story. And as Margot said, and Jen always says the same thing, Margot, she's like, Kristen, you always say crystal clear, right? That's like my phrase. But like what we do is get crystal clear on what you need to be successful, right? Yep. And we walk you through it step by step. So if you're looking for that, you're ready for commitment, you're ready for change, right? Book a free call with me. Margot booked a couple calls with me because she wasn't sure. So just go to createmyway.com/apply and we'll just talk about where you've been and where you want to be, right? And how you're going to get there. And, you know, you get to make the choice. You get to choose, Margot said. This is about food freedom, about fitness freedom, about choice, right? Crystal clear. Okay, Abby's making a hashtag now. Yeah. I know, guys. I'm like a broken record, but people remember it. I love your transformation, Margot. Regine says congrats. Chloe says thank you for sharing your story. I see, oh, cheers to you, girl. I see your sisters coming on. Oh, girl, I love it. Yes, guys, keep sharing your love for Margot. We are, a lot of you guys that are actually on the live right now, you've seen Margot transform. You saw her at the workouts. You saw her posting her wins, sharing her cooking, her recipes. You saw her family pictures, this beautiful video she put together with her family doing the workouts and eating the foods, baby Reagan eating some of the things too. So yeah, we can make it a family affair, you guys. createmyweight.com/apply. And again, guys, let's thank Margot and her beautiful family for being here. And Margot, I'll see you in the workouts this week. And everyone else, have an awesome night. All right, happy Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday with Margot. All right, have a good night, you guys. Bye. See you later.